Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 10. This is the next day after my tongue was hurting a lot. It's actually kind of healed better. It'll take a while to be perfect, but hopefully it won't get too sore. Anyways, today we're going to try to work on the sorting system. I may only work on partial sorting system since it's really complex, but let me give you a better rundown on what's happening. So Electro's making this rail system, which is awesome. Vivi, you can see, is even actually talking about it right now. About he's trying to make his own tracks and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm removing this house. This will be gone. This fence will be here. Instead of my protection being right to here, it'll move to here. And then, of course, I'll eventually extend my lot about 10 blocks that way as well. So I think it's shortening it 10 and extending it 10 this way. Basically, so the rail station thing here has more room, and then maybe we'll do something over here, open a store or something like that, so people can come over here and buy and sell some stuff from me. But anyways, here is my new building. I cannot build. I don't really mix materials well. This is probably the most work I've ever put into a stair system. This is using all RP blocks. It looks kind of nice, and I guess that's what counts, right? Goes all the way up. You can see kind of how I did it right there on those stairs. And of course I made these stairs more unique. I would like the idea of having multiple exits and entrances from a one place. So I set them in there. As you can see, this is my sorting system. These are the chests. You can actually see them through this little block. Red power tubes can go through the red power blocks that have a cut hole in it like that. And that's kind of why that's there. Since yesterday when I showed you a quick tour, I put my MVs on this side, and I hooked with fiber wire, and I did the same thing. So mainly these get filled up quite fast first, and now I have 3 MFSUs I've created. I created 2 more, and then from there, it's going to power up this system, and from here, it's going to power up this mass fabricator when, of course, these don't need energy, and it's still even. If they didn't need energy, some of that energy is going to get split there. So I think a quarter of the energy that's produced may end up in the mass fab, which is not a big deal. I don't have a problem there. And of course, you can see I put my auto system there, put it to 600 seconds. My UMAT is coming in there. Pretty much standard here. Got my little bedroom here that I showed you guys with a little roof ceiling thingy. This is the biggest thing I was working on. This is 6 macerators and 6 electric furnaces with 12 filters in here. And this is going to be kind of like lighting up and down kind of thing. Basically all my ores will go in here and they'll get, chopped down, macerated, etc. and put down into bar format. And then they'll eventually go into the auto sorting system. And that is my plan. So, to work on this plan, we're going to need some tubes. I think tubes will work. Now, I've done this before, and I did it with red power wiring on this part, but I'm actually thinking of trying out the tubes. There's a red power version, like a redstone tube, that you can hook up into. That would save me some wiring, but I'm not 100% on that yet. It sounds actually like a good idea. But we'll see how that goes. And then we're going to have to paint tubes, and oh my, it's, an actual lengthy process. So I better shut up and start doing this. I want to show my ores. This may look like I hacked these in. Look at how crazy this is. Lots and lots of iron. 12, 24, 25, 26, almost 26 stacks of iron ore. So that'll end up being basically 50 plus stacks of iron bars, and some gold, some tin, and quite a bit of copper this time. I did a lot of cave spelunking, I guess, and that's where that came in. And this is the other materials. Look at that, a stack of uranium, more than a stack of uranium. That's pretty good. And the diamonds, I got really lucky on the diamonds. I've done some mining at level, I tried 6 and 12 for fun, and at 6 I think I got a lot more diamonds, but I got a lot less of almost every other resource. So you have to look at this, not so objectively, because you're going to be like, wow, that's a lot of resources. Well, if you see all this is some of the stone plus a lot I threw out, and then these bottom ones are somewhat there as well, but most of these bottom ones are actually from all this. Like, I hand dug this out. Like, it didn't just magically get dug out, This was all done by hand. And all those resources are pretty much in those bottom 3 chests. I think it may have had a half a chest left of space. I don't remember, but just give you an idea. This is basically my mining and that room. And of course I've thrown a lot of stone out because you run out of space. I bring with me when I go mining 3 bags of the digger and 3 of the mining ones, and I try to fill up the mining ones, so I end up throwing out a lot of cobblestone later on because the 3 digger bags get full usually before the resource bags get full, which makes sense because there's a lot more cobblestone than resources, which is the case here. And so yeah, I'm trying to catch you guys up here on a big update, so that's pretty much it. I've made it so people can kind of like see in. Ta-da! That's kind of what that idea is. And I missed mail opening. Here is one. Loving the videos, keep it up. One by Top Gear 72. He donated some resources. Just some random stuff I guess he had at an old base. I guess he's just giving it to me. I'm not sure if he's quitting or whatever. But thank you for that. And then there was another one here by Bildu again last night sometime. And I opened it and thought, oh, that was nice, and I thought I'd show you guys. So thanks to Bildu, he sent me some majestic, cultivated, majestic, common. I don't know what most of these do or whatever. And thing of ambrosia. So that was nice of him. So that'll be good to keep away for now. I want to do bees kind of from scratch, but I'm really happy people are sending me some bees in. Mainly because then I can use those later on if I screw up or whatever, once I get to that level. Sort of like, you give me gear in World of Warcraft. We'll just say World of Warcraft. I don't know why I'm saying World of Warcraft, but let's say you give me level 55 gear and I'm level 30. Well, it's like, thank you, I'll hold on to that, but I won't wear it till I'm level 55. In the manner of speaking, I won't use those bees till I've pretty much created those bees. Until I'm at that point. That way I can learn and understand myself before I start, taking the most powerful bees and just randomly throwing them into the apiary and creating who knows what. So the next thing I need to do is make these tubes, which is done by Brass. If we click here, it'll probably bring up Carpenter because of the NEI plugin we have on. So you just have to click to the top here, and there you go. So it's tin and copper. They're showing all the tins and coppers. If you see, that's 1257.4. Oops. This is 30247. Oh, those will be all 32047s. And then 5260, and that one will be 526, and that'll be 6. So they're showing you all the different combinations of all the different ores, because a lot of the mods have their own tin and copper and whatnot. Sorry if I take breaks. I sometimes sneeze uncontrollably. So I just might move my mic. Oh god, I hate sneezing. One of the worst feelings ever. Let's just hide these off here so you don't have to see my ugly waypoints. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to take some tin and copper and create some bronze. Ta-da! Hopefully we'll get something out of that. Here we go. Or brass, I mean. My mistake. So we're going to actually get quite a bit out of that. Yeah, we are. We probably only need that for now. Let's do one more set, shall we? But I don't think we'll need more than that ever. There we go. Now these bars, we'll need these later on. Those are just made with iron And, oh no, silver and nickelite. That's what you put your nickelite for blue alloy ingots. And, yeah, I'll just create a bunch of those. We might as well leave it in there and let it finish there. Okay, so, now that we have this, let's take our glass here. Our brass. And there we go, made 48 pipes. So normally what I would do is I would go like this. And it would go in this machine. And then you have one here that comes out of all these machines. I am thinking of trying something a little different here, for fun. And that's to try to make it into the red power, or redstone version. These are red powered, dude. Which is taking some redstone. So we're gonna need to make at least 12 here. Oh yeah, but I'll have to connect them twice anyways. You know what? I probably won't bother then. You have to hold shift to place it on this stuff. There you go. There we go. The reason I'm saying that now is because I'm going to have to figure out a way to get it up top too, and I just don't want to have it crossing too many times, so we'll just do it like this for now. We can, you know, tweak this up eventually if we need to, but I'll do it like this. This is how I've done it before. So we'll do it like this, and we need to get some blocks so we can clean up the general area. There we go. Ah. There we go. So just clean this up a bit here. Unfortunately, you can't put the block on that side because of the way the wiring works. It's kind of sucky in that way. Oh well. Go like that, I guess. Kind of hides the mess. That works. So let's just take a second break here. Okay. Okay, we are golden here. So I have to decide which side I'm going to have the mechanisms. Probably this corner side, to be honest. So we'll just go like this. Like that. There we go. So now it's all attached. So if we go and get ourselves a timer. Ah! Let's get a lever too so we can turn off the timer at times. Don't want it always on. So get ourselves a little timer. Here is a timer. And get ourselves a lever. I actually know we have a couple of those here. Here we go. So just put those in those slots there. Boom. Boom. Okay. We can do something like this. Here we go. I want to put them the right way, like that. There we go. And I'll flick it on and off, and we can turn off the timer with a lever. So if we look here, these should all pulse fine. Yep. So that means it's working. So theoretically, this is actually working as far as I know. How do we know if it's working for sure, Kane? They ask. Well, Sally, we're just going to put a chest here and try it out. Why not? We put a chest here, and we go here, and we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since I like iron, and might as well process as iron, we put 1 in there, put 1 in there. And you can see I put overclockers in these as well as the transformer, because I wanted the direct energy input for better use, I guess. And you can see it's already shitting, or whatever, the dust into this. And it's working. How awesome is that, guys and girls? Working pretty flawless, if you ask me. And the timer isn't too fast, where it's, you know, spamming crazily or anything. And it seems to be keeping up well, and there you go. That is how to make a really easy, simple, like even this. I've had something like this design, but maybe 2 or 3 instead, of just doing this. And this is all I need. If I don't even need a sorting system, whatever, this is just a good way of doing it because, you know, this will make it easier for my life instead of having to put it from one to another, plus you got a bunch of machines. I could have used, by the way, for this part, I could have used the electric There's an upgraded electric furnace. What was it called again? I haven't used it in so long. Induction furnace, which is quite fast, has multiple slots. I just don't bother. Don't ask me why. Ooh, look at that. I like sprinting and you get into the thing. Just don't ask why. I just don't do it. I just don't do it. I don't. It's silly, but whatever. With this system too, you don't even have to deal. You know how this does 128 dust when you have to take half out and it stops. So you don't have to worry about any of that with this little system. Pretty easy. So all you do is, you have a macerator to a filter, and a filter to an electric furnace, an electric furnace to a filter, into a chest, and of course the tubes in between, and that's it with a pulsing redstone like that. Remember, don't make things go faster than this. This is faster than anyone needs in pulses. If you have something that fast, probably don't need it. It's probably abusive to the server. Let's just say that. So that works fine. Next, we want to automate this a little more. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully this doesn't screw it up, because I got to check a picture here on my other screen of just remembering how I used to kind of do it. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. It was a bit messy before. I don't have the room here. I'm going to have to grab some of these chests just temporarily so I can, place some of these resources over here instead. So I'm just going to go like this for now. I'm going to put everything in my inventory right now. Oh, well, you don't need to do that. There. And then I'm going to just grab all this and put you in here, you in here. There we go. And then I'm going to grab all you, put you in here. By the way, I'm doing, just remember space and click. If you do the top bar, it only does there. If you do the bottom one, it does both of them. Just so you know what I'm doing there. That's using our client where we have inventory tweaks, I believe it's called. So you can see lots of iron coming out of that really fast too. It's decent, it's fair, and I mean it's nighttime, so we're eating a lot of power, to be honest. But well, that's funny, huh? That is something I'm gonna have to look into. This is supposed to be equally and fairly eating from all three of these. Maybe it has to be in the center of it now. I didn't think it ever had to be in the center. I think when it was parallel like that, it always acted fine. But maybe things are bugged, things have changed. I am honestly a little clueless there. Maybe it only does that if it requires a certain amount of power. I could be wrong. Oh crap, don't do that. So it's taken from that one, but not that one. Oh, it took from that one. Only a wee bit, though. Oh, it's probably stopped working now, haven't you? Oh, boo. How are we supposed to show our friends what we're even doing here? So we'll do this again, but I'll just do it with the one. Just so we can monitor these. This should be a parallel setup now. So it's taking energy from this. It's not taking energy from this. And it's not taking energy from this. Odd. Not sure what's quite going on there anymore. There's some bugs going on with the energy net, but for now we'll just ignore it. Hopefully when the time comes to whatever we need, it works, properly and flawless. I'm assuming if that needed a lot more energy, say more than 512 EUs a tick, it would probably start draining it from all of them. Let's just hope in that way. Maybe this is some kind of performance tweak in a way. If it doesn't require more than that, it's, well, why drain from all? Maybe. Anyways, moving on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to make a system to go from blah blah to blah, blah 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 to blah. Does that make sense to you guys? Did you guys get that? Blah blah to blah. So let's move this stuff out of here. And, yeah, so how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this today? Let's put a tube here. So we're gonna need an input tube. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm missing a set of tubes. So we're gonna need the tube up here for insertion. Insertion? I like that. So we're gonna have stuff going in. We're going to have stuff probably going in again after. So this is when we have to decide how we're going to do... Oh, shit. Yeah, watch with tubes. They have a small hitbox. You'll actually hit stuff behind it before you'll actually hit the right one, like I just did there. Okay, so I have an idea. We're going to do chests. I'm going to do diamond chests, so let's just friggin... I'm going to have to create a bunch more for my filters or system here. I don't think I'll do that part in this video because it's just going to be it's just going to be too long. So, we're going to have the filter going in there. Let's grab a filter, shall we? Here we go. So we'll have a filter going into that, like so. Yeah, that looks about right. And then we'll have it coming from a chest that you kind of fill up at this time, and it goes into there. So, how are we going to do this? Well, this should be easy. Actually, I'm not sure if I can cover it with a half panel, but let's try it anyways. I'm not sure you can, the logic can be covered in a panel. If it does, this will work really good. If not, we'll have to, you know, do something hackish here. Okay. Please go on this side. Ah, you bastard. I was hoping this would go right here, but it doesn't look like it can. No, darn it. It can only go there, which is not what we want. We want it to go over the top. Plus, that wouldn't work anyways because it would cover that. So what we need to do is we need to play hackish. Hackish! I wonder if that works like that. What did you... Oh, that actually cut it? You... I don't understand you, game. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can do this. Ta-da! Watch this. Actually, is that on that side? Yeah, it is. With the piping, you can cover it like that and have it on its side. That's the coolest part of Red Power. So we could actually do that like this again. And we can go over like that. Like that. There you go. Ta-da! So what this will do is this will pulse everything into there. So now, if we were to take all... Well, let's not take everything, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do that then. If we had to take all this and put that in there, it'll pull in a stack at a time, and it'll start filling it in to each one. And the ones that aren't empty, it'll just keep going. So here it'll probably have a stack of 50 or so left in the full stack when it gets to the very end. See, because it bounces back and forth to check. Okay, you're full. You're full. And then there you go, 53. So it's pretty close. And then now it's going to go into there and then into the chest. And look at that. You can already see the copper being made and produced. Awesome. Let's get an EU reader. I'm sure some of you guys are interested what 6 overclockers do in every machine. Or 5. I think I have 5. Let's go and investigate, shall we? There's no power over here anymore. I've drained it and finished it off. That base is pretty much useless. It has a reactor still in it if I really needed it for something. But here we go. We can go over here. Just wait a second. Get an average count. If you do it again, you'll see the average count changes. You have to almost like wait a minute to watch it process and give a more accurate count. With all those going, it's draining from that one. Yeah, so these are going to stay full, and it'll only drain from that one. Odd, I know. If it was using more, I could see it possibly draining from the other ones. So 225 EUs, on average, it looks like, running all those. So these have 5 overclockers, and these have 4. Okay, so I actually have one more on the macerators. As we know, the macerators are a little slower than the actual furnaces, so that's not a big deal. This is working flawless, though. Isn't that cool? How I've put a lot of effort and trouble. Like, I was macerating off scene, off camera. I was macerating. I probably spent 10-15 hours just putting it from one to another, and just building it in a mass array kind of like this has just saved me tons of work. All I have to do is just throw everything into there, and it does everything for me. Don't even have to worry about it anymore. And What doesn't go through gets buffered into the filter, and the filter holds, I forget how many stacks, maybe as many stacks as that are in this little picture here. And yeah, it's as easy as that, guys. It's pretty awesome. So now we're going to want to add to this. We're going to want to add a system to this. You're going to want to put this to the sorting system, for example. And the sorting system is going to have an incoming. So let's just say this is the incoming. Let's just do 1, 2, 3 for incoming. You're going to want to sort this. Actually, this is not even the best way. Let's do it on this wall. This seems like a more appropriate way to do it. Okay, let's have it incoming. So it comes in like this. Let's just say it comes in from here. We can have piping up here, whatever. Actually, let's do it ground level. Ground level makes it cleaner. I know this is a little confusing because I'm also trying to think what I'm going to do. Drills take these out the easiest. So we'll have filters, and we're going to have the filters pulling them from a thing here. So what I'll do is just for now, I'll go like this. I know this is a little crazy looking for you guys because you don't even know what's going on yet. Huh. That's not where I wanted you. Ah. Let's see if I go like this, if it's going to be on the right side. Nah, whatever. I'll have 3 filters. Now I need to get a screwdriver. We can go back and get a screwdriver from before that we created for red power stuff. There we go. They last pretty good time. There we go. And so we're going to want this to go like this, like that, and like that. In this one, we don't even need to give red power. This is really cool. Let's look up something called a buffer. I find this amazing. Here it is, a buffer. So you need a filter, a chest, and a timer. Or you can make the cheaper recipe, which is a redstone engine. Which I guess isn't... I don't know. I guess it really depends on what you think is cheaper. Actually, I would say this is cheaper because you have to use a filter and a timer compared to just a redstone engine. So let's see if we have anything related to redstone engines, shall we? Yeah. I don't think so. So we're gonna have to build one, unfortunately. Oh, we do have a piston though, so that's awesome. That will save us most of the work. So we need just some wood and glass, I think. Wood and glass, right? Wood and glass, wood and glass, wood and glass. So we have glass on the other chest, and we got wood in here. I think this should be what we need. If not, we'll fire myself. Ah, it's raining. Let me turn down the sounds, because it could be quite loud. I don't know. My speakers are actually kind of quiet, so... Let's give this a try. So we need glass, which we had some in here, and we need my crafting table, which we broke. Let's put it just there for now. There we go. So we build one of these redstone engines. So it's an alternative recipe. It's the same thing. It's basically a Buildcraft version or a red power version. Not everyone has both mods either, so I guess it was like sort of the, you know... Oh, we need a wooden pipe. Forgot about that, but we can do that right here, like that. There we go. So we just do this. So we just need a chest. Thankfully, we have even more wood. That wood is saving us today. A chest, and here we go. And that only makes us 1 buffer. We're going to have to make a couple more, actually, because that's how I kind of like doing it. But we put it here, for example. You know, I had this higher before, but this will work fine. So you put the buffer there, and for example, this is the really cool part. If you put something... Now, this is going to clog up a bit because there's nothing going to it. Actually, we can just put a chest here for a second. If we put something, let's just say this iron even in here, if we put this up here, what will happen is it'll activate it. Now if you take a lot of iron and put it into here, it's going to activate a little faster. There you go. So it's automatic. It's got like maybe a 2-second pulse. That's good. Why, Kane, do you even give a shit about this? Well, let me show you something. Let me get a piece of obsidian. I hope I have obsidian. Do I have obsidian? I wonder if I have obsidian. You know what? I don't have obsidian. I have lots of bedrock for my mod log blocking, but that's not something we place on the ground. I need obsidian. Isn't that funny? Look at me kind of go down here. I can't afford to lose health, by the way, because... yeah. Because I don't have anything. Hopefully there's no lava right here. Okay, let's get a couple pieces of obsidian. And I'll show you something cool here. Oh shit! I can't afford to die down here. Get out of here. I have a jetpack on, by the way. So I could do... look at this. Watch this. You'll love me for this. Only if it would jet... I wish jetpack... oh, actually, I have that mode on, so actually I can go up faster. Let's go back down there, because I want to redo this. It's like, I want redos. Okay, here you go. How was that? That's why I haven't fixed that hole yet, just because it's been fun doing that. Anyways, now we have our obsidian. We can make something called obsidian pipe, which is kind of cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to do normal... let's just do normal piping here. Oh, that's amazing. Didn't I grab another piece of cobblestone? Of course I did. That would be to make sense. Let's just throw all this in here, since... save us time anyways. So we'll just go in here. Let's wait till we get my next... okay. So what we're going to do is just make normal stone piping, and then we're going to make something called obsidian pipe. And obsidian pipe, you only need one, and it's amazing. So this is how this works. This buffer system works as, say, an extra little feature here. So it's like, this is how this buffer works, if you're wondering what I was talking about. You can go like this, and boom. And I actually threw all those. I did Alt-Q, I think, and then clicked them. So those are all going through the piping, and they'll end up into this buffer here. I know that showed the cache of the old iron there. It wasn't actually in there. That's just syncing issues. SMP for the win for syncing issues. You guys with 1.3 will probably have a shit ton of those in your mods. You'll have to get used to it if you're a single player person. And don't forget, you guys are more than welcome to check out Godcraft.com and play our free adventure server, which I'm playing on right now. Anyways, here we go. So this is going to go in. It's almost there. And you'll see all the stuff just pop magically in there. Ta-da! And the reason I have 3 is I filled too much shit in here. It'll buffer. And then not only that, I'll use a chest. And actually, we need an advanced insertion pipe instead. Which we have some, and I'll get. Advanced insertion pipes, I'll tell you what happens. It's hard to show you. Actually, yeah, I can show you. This is going to be a long tutorial, but it's something that you must learn about, because it's a pretty nasty bug that can happen, and I don't want it to happen to you. So let's go back here and make normal chests since they're smaller, and it'll save us time. So let's go out here since we have lots of cobblestone over here. Let's go like this. So we have our normal stone piping here, which we used up, so we have to go get it. So we're done our little example here. Okay, so you have your normal stone piping. And this is what happens when you don't use an advanced insertion, which is actually a separate... is it a separate mode, or is it part of that? No, I think it's part of additional pipes, the teleport pipes actually mod. But if you do this, and then have obsidian here, okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to purposely fill this chest. Unfortunately, my inventory is so full now. but we'll purposely fill this chest with cobblestone. Now we're going to open, we're going to do this. We're going to just open one piece of cobblestone. That's it, 63. Now what we're going to do is we're going to throw 64 into there. So only one of that piece of cobblestone can go in there. So that shouldn't be a problem. It'll just fill up in the other two, right? Wrong. That is what happens. It's like, excuse me, we're full. Why did you try to come in here? So it'll actually fill that one, and then you have 63 cobblestone that just fell on the ground, which I can't even pick up. There it is. It was like probably hidden under there. Syncing issues automatically pops it up because that's what it thinks it should look like. So what we do here is we use advanced insertion pipe, which is this, and we go like this. And in fact, you shouldn't do there. It looks the same as obsidian pipe. It used to be. It looks it looks purplish with vanilla textures. Obsidian pipe always looks black, but for some reason they use the same one. I don't know. I'll probably fix that eventually. But let's do that again. Let's, put 63 in there, and this is how the advanced insertion one will work. You don't actually need advanced insertion on this one. You only need it, put it on something that it's going to go to again. But we could put it for fun anyways. It doesn't matter. That was actually obsidian, which doesn't matter. But anyways, you see it's already bounced off on the other chest, and it's coming in here, and it should be 63. And that is why you always use advanced insertions. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be sending a mass shit a ton of items from wherever location I want, whatever, it doesn't matter. So what I'll use is advanced insertion. I'll go to that filter, that filter, that filter, and then I'll put 2 more, and you're like, 2 more? What are you doing there? What I do is a massive buffer array, basically. Actually, I don't know if this is going to have a problem with those going into there. It shouldn't. No, actually it won't. But what will happen is, if these buffers get full for some reason, something jams in the system, the whole thing goes totally bonkers. I'll have 2 diamond chests of emergency buffer there. Basically, it'll be like, holy shit, and it'll fill these ones up and save me from losing any items. Now, you're wondering, why are you doing all this? Well, really, like, I'm going to probably most of the time come in here and just go blah and spacebar everything into this buffer. But what I can also do is now I can do something even more special. I can use teleport pipes. This is when this whole thing becomes very, very interesting. I made a couple more the other day, another set. We can go over here. We go over here, and there, and we can go like this. And we can say, you know what, I'm going to make 0 always the incoming. And then we, of course, want to switch to true. So now what we can do is you can put this down on the ground. You can place your piece of obsidian piping there. And then we can place, our cobblestone in there. And it should show up on there. It usually doesn't show up till it's in the piping, though. That's a little glitch there. Actually, I didn't click the pipe, did I? And you're not going to know. So you need to be clicked on now, don't you? Huh. Used to be able to place it, and it used to work, but now it seems like you have to click on the teleport pipe. Or am I derping up? There you go. Nope, there it is. So they'll go into, of course, the first available one. They go in the buffer. They'll go into the filter, and then it'll go through the whole system and go into the sorting system if it doesn't need to go in here. And that is how this system works. So now what we need to do is figure out what we're going to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a filter here. Basically, you're going to put filter to filter to filter to filter to filter. It gets so frackin' messy that this is how the system runs. Right now I have it going to here. Holy shit, that was messy. Didn't realize it was masonry so much stuff now. There you go. Look at all the ores we've already done, just playing around for examples. It's good I had all those example ores, huh? So what I'm going to do now here is, theoretically, this should end up going to the chest over here. There'd be the chest lined up here. And I'm going to want to put the tubing that way. So I'm going to go like this, and I'll just go something like this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do here, actually. Oops. Now, don't forget with red power, oh yeah, this will be my roof. You ready? Yeah, that goes downstairs. Did I get the, yeah, I did. Let's just put that one back properly. There you go. What I'm going to want to do is, okay, yeah, so if you put the tube over here, it's not going to hit the filter system properly because it goes for the shorter distance. So what you usually do is something like this instead. And then, of course, it'll go to all these chests over here, like with the sorting system. That's another episode. But what I want to do is from here, I want to do something with that. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to pop this out like this. And I'm going to use this. This is now a filter, so I can use this for not just for what I do here, but I can also use it for something else, which is kind of what I'm going to do here, and it actually is this way. I wonder, because I'm brain dead, if I have my example one here. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do here now is, and this is the neat thing, is I'm going to put a tube here, and it's going to filter out. So we'll put a chest on the end here. And we're going to start using the filter system. You can put a color to it for fun. So I'll just put pink. Everyone likes pink, right? And for fun, I'm going to, well, not for fun, for seriousness, I'm going to take some, I hate that. You can't sort when you have the derpy items in your item, like the EU reader that can't stack properly. Okay, so I'm going to take one piece of iron, one piece of gold, one silver, one copper, one tin. That's basically the ones I'm going to always be macerating. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it in here, 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 and here. So now, if I were to, and let's place down that for our demonstration purposes here. We'll just, oh, actually we don't need that. We just throw it in the filter derp. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of cobble in there, or smooth stone. So it's going to go through the system. There it goes. And it's going to ignore this. See? It'll go right past. It's like, go fuck yourself, basically. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened there? So if we go here and put this in here, this in here, this in here, all this here, and actually let's go like this. You'll start going through the line of things. Huh, that's cool. It's taking it how I put it in there, I think. And then it'll say, hey, you're iron. You go up into this chest. It goes into this buffer chest in case we get tons of iron sent. And now you can actually see it in the macerator. And that is how it's cool as that. So now we just filtered. We've redirected that line of items. So all those items now end up into the furnace, or into the macerator, and then of course in the electric furnace. How simple and easy was that? That's as easy as that, guys. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create another one here, and it'll go into these puppies. So this gets a little more messy on us. We're going to want to redirect things back into this. So I'm going to cut this up right now because I think I can do that. And now I just have to think a moment how I'm going to do this. I'll probably go like right here, and let's put that to the right side. Ooh, actually, I usually have that going up one though, don't I? Yeah, because I'm going to want to put it to a chest. Yeah, that's going to get a little messy on me. Let's put a tube up here, just because it's going to make, this one extra tube will make my life just slightly easier, unfortunately. Actually, I don't think you can ever do it on the side. I've actually never tried it before, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Or I wonder if you can. No, you can't. So what I would have done is usually... Oh, actually, no, I would have put it back down one. Sorry. Sorry! I would have gone like this. Derp. There we go. We don't want to go up. We want to go down like that. We want to go like that. There we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put it from another chest, like this. It'll suck materials out. And now we're going to put another filter here to grab materials. And this time, what we're going to do is we're going to be grabbing, me. Why, Kane? Why would you say that, Kane? Why, Kane? Why? What we're going to do is we're going to grab a piece of iron, and we're going to grab dust. Iron dust. Actually, was it iron dust I would grab? Why would I be filtering iron dust, actually? I think I did that one time because I was doing something. Also, what I could do is put cobblestone in there. Just say I want to turn all cobblestone I throw into there into smooth stone. I actually don't want to do that right now. But anyways, all I really want to put in here is iron. I know it sounds weird, and I could put all the dust in here if I wanted to. But all I'm going to put iron in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this because I don't think we need this anymore. I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to go like this, like this, like this, like this, and then there's probably more here, like this. And then what we end up doing is we'll hook this up to this tube network. So, what's going to happen here now is the following. Nothing, because I have no wires hooked up over here anymore, because I've severed the line. So what we have to do is we're going to have to redo the wiring here, like so. There we go. So what's going to happen, instead of going down that way, it's going to go back into the system. You're like, what the fuck is happening? You know why it's happening like that? Because I'm telling it to happen that way. Now it's actually going to go back into itself, and it's going to loop over and over kind of thing, and something bad is happening. You're not doing what I'm asking to do. How come? You're blinking, and the iron is going in there. Oh, wait, that is right. Huh. I'm actually a little puzzled myself, guys. You are filtering iron. You should be going in there, and then you should be going up into here. Oh, what the? That's a problem. Somehow I must have clicked that in there. That's why. There we go. So now what happens is iron ore goes from here, and we'll place another iron ore so we can do this. I don't know what happened with that dust, like how that even happened. But iron ore will travel from here. There we go, that's working properly. So iron ore will travel down here, it'll get filtered into here, you go into this buffer chest. From the buffer chest, it'll get sucked into here. From in here, that dust gets sucked in to this one probably over here. Oh, is that maple leaf or you're... Oh, shit! That's actually happening. It's sucking in there. That's what happened, guys. We can fix that with a panel like this. Look at this. If we put a panel here... There we go. Did I get it in there? Yes, I did get it in there. There we go. That's what was happening. So we put a panel in there to block it from going in like that. That's what was happening. Anyways, from up here, the dust goes into here, of course, like normal. From here, the iron bar goes over here. But it gets separated, because you know what? We want refined iron all the time. We'll just do the other ones by hand, whatever. So it goes into this filter, into this buffer, into this filter, and then back into here, which of course you see it come out, or should see it come out here. Oh yeah, when we have it filtering a whole stack of iron bar. Okay, there we go. So what was happening is this tube was touching the side of this, and I guess a filter can be inputted into this part if it's from the side. So I guess you can input stuff here if you wanted to change them for some reason. Maybe have an adaptive system that's changing for whatever reason, and that was happening. So now that's flawless. That's working properly. That's as simple as that, guys. I've now created a full automatic system within, you know, very fast. So what we can do now is we can test this bitch. And basically, we just keep filling this up here. Actually, we could probably go like this, too. You can dump things right into filters, and they'll get filtered out. Of course, you gotta watch out. Some things will fall out. And we just throw everything in there, and it should work. Flawless now. Oh, shit. I've thrown that on the ground, too. Good derp. There we go. So now everything's running, everything is processing, everything's going out. It's all working. Of course, this copper will say, hey, I want to try to get into these. Then it'll realize it'll send a signal when it first tries. Hey, you can't enter anything, it'll send it all back. Now what's happening is between the filter and this, it's bouncing back and forth. This is called a buffer. You don't want this buffer too big, but here it won't get too big. If I had hundreds of these, the buffer would get even bigger. Don't do that, because in the near future, red power for the bucket ones will have a buffer of like maybe 10 stacks or 20 stacks, and what'll end up happening is it'll probably drop the items on the ground, and that won't be good. That's to fix a nasty bug that happens when infinite amount of items end up showing up and looping back and forth inside the system. That's just something in the future. So you can see everything is coming through here like a crazy ass highway here. Everything is flawlessly working perfectly, and you can see our chest filling up here pretty quick. And that is how you do an automated system here. So for our next video, which is going to be quite a long video as well, we'll learn how to do the filter system, which will be requiring some painting as well. Ooh, painting. And don't forget, you can change these for fun. You can change that to pink. You can change, say, the ones that come from here to yellow, or yellow like that. And you can say the ones that come from up here are all you can change these colors just all for fun. They have no bearing or meaning, just more of a fun thing. So you could say all these ones are yellow that come from here, and that way you can get you can actually gauge and judge what's bouncing back and forth and why it's bouncing back and forth for fun or whatever. So we just go like this, there we go, like this, like that, there you go. So yeah, there you go. So the oranges are going there. Actually, we could change the orange to something else, like green, lime green, there we go. Of course, other colors are sorting in there. And later on, that coloring system is actually what we're going to be using for sorting. Right now, we're using it for, say, let's call it for debug purposes. Also, you see all these bouncing back items. You wonder why they're not pink yet. You can actually change that and understand what your overflow is. All these items are actually overflow, and they haven't actually gone through the filter since and got the new coloring. So if we wait here a minute, these will actually start turning into pink. But the ones right now are considered overflow, which is quite a bit of overflow. If we pop some of these out here and let these fill in, we'll start getting the pink mixing in. There you go. There's a couple pinks now. So you can still see how the other one's in there. So it's probably maybe a five stack buffer, it seems. Actually, no, a 6 stack buffer, I believe. Because each one of these, I think, each macerator ends up causing 1 buffer. And that's 6 right there. So if I had 100 macerators, you probably have 100 stacks floating back and forth, and that's something you don't want. That's called lag. But yeah, and of course we can slow down the timer at the macerator. We could set these on different timers. Actually, we could set the whole thing on a slower timer, to be honest, because it doesn't need to go that fast. Because especially since we're not using an induction furnace or anything, we could do a 30-second timer now. This is actually a smart idea. So if we go and just take everything out of here, like this, like this. Just keep taking all this out of here. Eventually they'll fill in and work. Okay, here we go. This is a more cleaner system then. So it may look a little slow, but it'll do them in chunks, see? There we go. I should have probably shown you that in the first place. So it's almost 30-second timer, and it's pretty much almost going the same speed, unless if you're sending only micro items, like one of each type thing. And then we have 6 of them anyway, so they would all fill up the slots anyway. It's not a big deal. But this will make it so it goes up to, whatever. Let's see what it's going up to here. Where's the timer? Okay, it just did it now. So it gets up to maybe about 20 or so over here. Not even a big deal. And then finishes. So that looked fine. That slot, there you go. This is a lot more cleaner. Now we've ripped a lot of ores out of here, so I think this may have... Yeah. Huh. There we go. Either way, it is working. And what happens if it gets jammed, this will turn red and stay red, and then this will be full, of course, and then it jams through the system. So the jamming in this isn't even that horrendous. It's not like, oh god, you're going to spend hours fixing it. It'll usually unjam itself, unless if you got an auto item. Say you piped in something, or, well, no, because it sucks it out. Let's just say something in this line, this chest gets full. Like if this chest becomes full, all this will back up. But it'll stop, and it'll stop working, and usually you don't have to worry about losing items. This is why we have these buffer chests, just in case if these get stopped because the whole system is backed up, then the items will end up starting to go in there. So what I'll do for the next episode, of course, I'll make a couple more buffers here. I've already done all my items here. I'll probably make a couple of more MVs, and then on our next episode, when I do it, I'll probably be working on the sorting system, basically putting them in certain chests, items in certain chests, whatnot. And yeah, I think this is awesome. We've done a really good job here. So this system's working. It's flawless. It's awesome. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've learned something. And of course, I always learn something every day when I work on a system like this, because I always do something bad or find a new cleaner method or whatever. But I like this system. This is the way I've been doing it. And I learned this one on my own. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Oh, and by the way, the reason this is awesome is because it's very modular. You can always add and adapt and do new things with this whole system. Just remember pipe length. For example, if this outtake went right here to a chest, like right here to a chest, it may not actually go to this filter. So it goes by length. So if this comes out here, and that's 2 feet away, or this is 5 feet away, it's going to go to the 2 feet one. Now, if this was 5 feet away and the chest was 2 feet, those normal iron ingots would actually go to the chest and not to this filter. So always remember that. You could also make, I assume you could probably make an anti-filter saying, hey, you can't enter unless you're everything but this. I've never tried that before. I don't even know if that exists. Probably does. But anyways, I think I'm done. I'm going to stop talking. I think we learned something here. Hopefully you guys learned something here. This will save you a lot of time, so you don't have to spend all day sitting there macerating, unless if you like that. And hell, I kind of do at the start. I mean, it's enjoyable. But once you start bringing in more and more resources and doing larger and bigger trips, since you've, upgraded a lot of your stuff and have more bags and etc., I mean, you're going to do larger trips, and then it gets a little too hard, too messy, and you're going to want some kind of automated system. So, yeah, hopefully I sound a lot better than yesterday. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and hey, please join Godcraft. Check the description below. It's free to play, and have a wonderful day.